Welcome to Shine Movement Space. Today's class takes some mat Pilates favorites and sprinkles in some extra spice using the Pilates ring. We'll start with a nice centering warm-up and then move through some deep core work. It's the slow burn kind of class that I hope leaves you feeling strong, determined, and spacious. Find yourself a place to set up and let's get moving and shine together. Hello, thanks for joining me. Today we're using the Pilates ring or magic circle. So go ahead and grab your ring. We're going to start laying down on our backs. And we're putting our legs through the ring to start. So take a moment, get set up. You can go ahead and roll down to your back. You'll bring your knees to your chest. Bring that ring above your kneecap, so onto your upper thighs. And then bring your feet to the floor. Step your heels a little closer to your bum, and then I want you to really make sure that your legs are in line with your hips, so your knees aren't falling inward just because we have that ring around the outside of our knees. Okay, hands at your side, neck is long, finding a neutral pelvis. We inhale here, and exhale. Let your rib cage come together in the front and sink a little heavier into the mat underneath you. Inhale and exhale. Very nice. Inhale here, feet nice and straight. On the exhale, you're going to start to tip your pelvis under and roll up to a shoulder bridge. We're trying to roll vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale at the top and then exhale, lay your spine down one vertebrae at a time back onto the mat. Releasing your glutes at the bottom. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the pelvis under, rib cage closes. We roll up into that bridge, just warming up our spine here. Inhale at the top. Exhale, lower it down one vertebrae at a time. Releasing at the bottom. We have two more like this. Inhale here. Exhale. Finding that neutral spine, and then you rock, tucking that pelvis under, sliding the ribs closer to the hips as we come up to that shoulder bridge. Inhale. Exhale, lowering down. And one more. Inhale here. Exhale, rolling up, finding your bridge, and we'll stay up at the top. Very nice. I want you to make sure that your back is not hyper extended here. So rib cage is still closed. We're in a neutral spine. We're pressing out on that ring with our knees and our legs, the side of our legs. And I want you to just release the pressure on one side. That pelvis is going to tip just slightly down, and then exhale, bring it back up. Other side, down and up. So I feel the pressure release on one of those handles as I lower my hip just slightly. Good. Inhale, exhale, glutes squeeze, press your hips back up to even. So starting to warm up those glutes here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. Tipping and lifting. You can even leave those hands on those hips if you want to feel those hip bones rocking side to side here. We have a few more, starting to feel those glutes turn on. Good. Let's do one more each side. And last one. Now hold it up in the middle. Good. Nice, strong shoulder bridge. Just press those knees out into that ring. Whew. Starting to fire on here. If this hurts your knees for some reason, you can always take just a little pulse of the hips up here instead. Good. We have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now lower down with control, setting that spine down. Again, one vertebrae at a time. Release your glutes. Very nice. Reach for that ring, bringing your knees towards your chest, and then plant your feet back onto the mat. Ring comes into your hands. We're just going to take a few shoulder lifts here. So I want you to reach those fingertips towards the ceiling. Rib cage is nice and closed. We lift our shoulders. Exhale, let them sink into the mat. We lift. Exhale, we draw them down and back. Lifting them up, pulling them back. Inhale, so my arms are staying straight. Good, few more here. And last one, lift. Plug those shoulder blades back into the sockets and then squeeze inwards on that ring. Little pulse, firing up those arms here. Whew. Exhale, squeezing that ring. Long neck. Maybe the ring doesn't move too much depending on how flexible the ring is, but it's the feeling we're after, right? That activation. Good, you have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, leave a little mini squeeze on that ring. I want you to think about those muscles between your hip bones now, your lower abdominals. Try to start to fire them on, and then we lift one leg at a time to tabletop and lower. So we want to stay nice and centered with our pelvis. We're trying not to rock side to side, lifting our hips, switching around here on the floor, staying nice and stable. Core is fired on from that ring. And if you'd like, on the next one, we can lift one leg up to tabletop and the other leg up to tabletop. All right, same thing here, tapping those toes down, reaching them away. I want you to think that this motion comes from your hip and not from your knee. So we're not dropping like this, but rather reaching away from our body, from our hip. Ooh, I'm starting to feel this one. As your leg goes down, we don't let that back arch here. So staying nice and stable through our core. Good. Last piece here is you can bring those arms in line with your ears if you want just a little bit more here. I'm going to keep them over my chest for today. You have 4 more. 3 more, 2 more, and last one. Very nice. One breath here. Inhale here. Exhale, reset your core. Good. We're floating the arms in line with our ears now. And then exhale, tucking chin to chest, curling up. You think of that ring going over your shin bones. Inhale and exhale. Good, inhale, exhale, curling up into a little ball shape here. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, curl. Good, getting those upper abdominals warmed up as well. Few more here, inhale. Good, last 2. Last one. Lower it down. Good, extend those legs towards the ceiling. You can rotate that ring, put your feet into the ring. Little break, little intermission here in our abdominal work. You're going to just bend and stretch those legs towards the ceiling. Try to keep your tailbone onto the mat. Warming up those hamstrings for the rest of class. A few more. Good. And then keep your legs extended on the next one. You can start to just point and flex your feet. So you see how that ring is lifting and lowering just a little bit. If this is a little too much on your hamstrings, you can do this without the ring, or you can even keep your knees a little bit bent. Just try to keep your thighs over your hips, because I don't want this to turn into an abdominal exercise quite yet. Good, a few more. All right, last one. Very nice. Let's take that ring back into our hands. Legs stay extended here. We inhale. On the exhale, we're going to reach that ring up and over to the side of our legs, finding an oblique curl. Inhale in the middle, open your legs, curl through your legs, close them, and other side oblique curl. So little combo here. We're making our way to one side of our legs. Good, curling into the middle and other side. And curl. Reaching past the legs, in the middle, curling other side. Good, few more like this. Good, as you reach in the middle there, you're thinking my abdominals pull towards my spine, scooping in and up through my lower abdominals. Whoop, I skipped my middle one there. Good. Tucking chin to chest. Let's do one more round here. Over, middle, over, and middle. Very nice. Bend your knees, take a little break if you need it. Inhale, and then exhale, reset. Find a tabletop position. We're going to roll up into a boat position here. Inhale, ring comes in line with your ears. Exhale, nod chin to chest. Start to curl up. Oh, reaching forward, trying to find that boat position. Inhale at the top, exhale, curl it down, and reset. Inhale. Exhale, tuck chin to chest, reaching forward. Oh, pressing into that ring to come up and lower down. If you'd like, you can try to come to a teaser position with those legs as well. Tucking chin to chest, pressing those heels together, reaching those legs on the diagonal. Lower, bend your knees back into that tabletop position. One more. Inhale, exhale, scoop and lift and press. Very nice. Lower your feet to the floor and then take a nice butterfly stretch forward. Well deserved here. Very nice. I'm just going to scoop back so I don't leave my frame. Good. Extend your legs long. Take a hamstring hinge forward if that feels good for your legs here. Breathing. Very nice. And then let's stack our spine back up. Bring that ring to your chest. We're sitting tall on our sitting bones here. Arms wrap around that ring like you're hugging the ring. Inhale here, we rotate towards the side, and exhale back to center. So my shoulders and my upper body are rotating. I'm thinking that I grow tall through my spine. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, rotate. Good. I want you to think that those shoulders are doing this rotation, and it's not the ring and the arms moving side to side, but that torso moving. Good, try to keep your feet planted into the mat. And last one here. Very nice. Reach that ring behind you. You have two options here. You can reach both hands to that ring, or you can rotate the ring, find the floor behind you. I just want you to inhale here. Exhale, we're gonna extend our back. And inhale, bring it back center. So I want you to think that you reach long through your spine and then you shine your heart towards the ceiling. Bring it back to center. Inhale. And exhale. Good. If the ring's in your hand, it might look like this. Inhale. And exhale. Taking a nice open stretch for your spine here. Inhale. Very nice. All right, let's bring that ring back to the front. I'm going to scoot just a little bit further up again. Bend your knees for a moment and bring that ring right above your ankles. It might hit the floor a little bit. You want to try to keep it hovered off the floor slightly. Okay, from here we're rolling back to our elbows. Exhale, scooping our spine back, elbows bend and knees come to a tabletop position. Here we press down through the floor to lift out of our shoulders. Very nice, tucking chin to chest so we're not straining our neck. Good, we inhale, let those hips rock to the side, and then exhale, bring it back to center. Inhale, tipping those hips to the side. Exhale, bring it all back to center. Very nice. So we're rocking and we're using our oblique muscles to pull our legs back to the center. One hip tips up and center. If you want a little bit more here, you can extend your legs, making kind of an arc shape with your legs. Finding those shakes here. Whew. Reaching long, coming center. Trying to keep that rib to hip connection. Good. You have two more each side. And last one here. Very nice. Bring your legs back to center and slide your shoulders back down to the mat. Good. From here, you inhale, find that rib to hip connection. On the exhale, so that core is engaged, we reach our legs long and bend. Little bend and stretch. Noticing that my legs are going on a high diagonal here. So I'm only going to go as low as I can keep my rib to hip connection strong. So once I go here, maybe my pelvis wants to tip open. So find that special challenging spot for your body. And if you'd like, you can add a little abdominal curl here as well. Maybe even supporting the neck. Exhale. And inhale. Good, just a few more here. Good. You have two more. On the next one, we leave our legs extended. Pulse that ring together. Pulse. Little exhale. You can do this with that abdominal curl as well. Squeeze that ring for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees. Take the ring out. Whew. Take a breath. Very nice. Oh, that was fun. All right, we're going to end our class with a little back extension work. So reach the arm and leg long that are closest to the camera, and then flip yourself onto your stomach. All right, trying to be as graceful as possible here. All right. Feet are mat width apart, heels falling inwards. My hands are reaching towards that ring, and you can rest your forehead onto the mat. As soon as I put my head all the way down, my microphone is going to get staticky, so I'm trying to avoid that on my end. Good, long spine, draw your shoulders down and back, holding the sides of that ring with a little pressure. Inhale here, exhale. Start to lift arms and legs high. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. We try to keep shoulders drawn down and back. And everything pulls up. Very nice. Reaching energy through the arms, through the legs, and out of the crown of your head. Try not to look at the screen and strain your neck. You have a few more here. Good, 2 more. On the next one, stay up if you can. Good. Bring that ring to the side. Can you pass it around your back? Other side and front, reverse, side, pass it, side and front. 2 more. Maybe the chest lifts more as that ring comes around your back. Last one, and lift, and side and front. Very nice. Lower down. Bend your knees, sway them side to side. Take a breath. We're ending with just a little hip flexor stretch here. So reach that ring behind you. Try to put the back of your foot onto the pad of that ring. You're going to think of tucking your pelvis under and pressing into the mat. Good, and then slightly lifting your legs. So my foot is pressing into the ring. The ring is pulling my foot. And then I'm tucking my pelvis and lifting, hovering that thigh off the floor. Really trying to feel a stretch through your quad muscles, through your hip flexors a little bit here. And one more breath. Very nice. Let's try the other side. If this stretch is not for you, you can also think to pull your, you can also try pulling your knee towards your bum just a little bit. So finding that pad with your foot, press into the ring, press your pelvis into the floor, and then float that leg up. Opposite arm can support here. Breathing here, inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. One more stretch, inhale, exhale, lower, take that ring out, put it aside. We're finished with that. Press yourself back into a nice well-deserved child's pose. Take a stretch, inhale and exhale. And one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, let everything sink heavy into the mat. And when you're ready, walk yourself up. Whew, we are finished for today. Go ahead and find a nice seated position and we'll end class as normal. Inhaling, scooping up all that energy you just created. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, thank yourself for moving your body today, for feeling alive, for getting your blood circulating and creating more space in your body. Inhale and exhale. Let your energy shine forward into your day. Roll those shoulders. Oh, very nice. I thank you for being here as well. If you enjoyed this course, I would really appreciate a like, a subscribe, a nice encouraging comment. It really does go a long way to help me know that I'm reaching someone out there, and also helps me to reach more people. So that would be a nice way to show your appreciation, and I truly am grateful for that. I also wanted to let you know that linked in the description are some complimentary classes to this one using the Pilates ring. There's usually a series of 4 that I do that all complement each other. So as soon as they're posted, I will link them in the description. So you may want to save this video to come back to it. I know a couple of them are already posted, so I'll definitely link those below. All right, enough chatting today. Above all, I really hope that you feel good in your body, that your mind and body feel more free, and I hope that you continue to shine. See you next time. Bye. Sincere thanks to you, my friend, for being an important part of the beginning of this channel. Every view, thumbs up, subscribe, and encouraging comment increases connection and really does help this space to grow. Please consider following if you haven't already. I appreciate your support, and I hope you'll join me again.